7, 8, 9, 10.
Perfect.
And I have my oil sample. I'm gonna fill out all the paperwork. I may do this twice. I may do this now and then do it at 7,500 more miles just to see if I get repeat results. Boys and girls, here at my hand, I have the Blackstone Laboratory Oil Report for my 2014 Mazda 6 GT, aka Maxi G. So I sent this off about 10 days ago, and they emailed this to me yesterday, 2 days ago, and I finally looked at it. To be honest with you, I was kind of scared to look at it. The car has never gave me any issues whatsoever, but I was still kind of scared to look at the report because I didn't want to read anything bad about my motor. So let's get into it. It is a 2.5 inline-4 Skyactive motor. It is recommended that this car runs 0 W20, fully synthetic. Gas powered or interval is 7,500 miles. So under their comment section, this is what they put. Darius! All capital letters. Now, if you've had a Blackstone Laboratories oil report, let me know if they put your name in all caps, or if they just did mine in all caps, because I don't know. Darius, we don't like to pass judgment based on this first report, which scared me when I first read that. But when the first report looks as good as this one, it's hard not to! Exclamation point. This looks like one very healthy Skyactive engine. Consider the universal averages on the ground, which are based on about 6,900 miles of oil use. This oil is in place for a similar interval, but only contain a fraction of the overall metal. That indicates healthy wear from internal parts, indeed. No harmful contamination from the likes of fuel or coolant were detected. And the 3.4 TBN, I don't know what TBN stands for, but if I figure it out, I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. And the 3.4 TBN was indicative of active additive left in the oil. Now, this last sentence on this report, I was like, I don't know about this right here. But they put on here, try up to 10,000 miles next. Now, guys, let me tell you something. When I first bought this car, I was doing oil changes every 30 days, which was 3,000 miles for me. And I got tired of spending $80 to get my oil change every 30 days. So I bumped it to 6,000, which is about roughly about every 2 months. And then I bumped it to 7,500, which is about 65, 66, 70 days on the oil change. Now, 7,500 miles, I kind of be like, nah. But 10,000, when I read 10,000 miles, I don't know. But they said try up to 10,000 miles next, which on this oil change, I may try 10,000 miles. I do have another Blackstone Laboratories oil report, oil test kit. So at 10,000 miles, I will redo this report. I will do a follow-up, and we will see if the results are consistent, or if I need a motor. So I guess we'll see. So on the elements and parts per million, it says miles on oil 7,500, Miles on unit, 144,855 miles. Sample date and makeup oil added. Now when I changed this oil, it was a quart low, but I never added any oil during that interval. So technically, with it being a quart low, if I was going to have any high readings, I was going to have high readings. So consider the thing was a quart low, the numbers are still pretty good. So aluminum, it says 2 and the average is 4. Chromium, 0 and the average is 0. Iron is 4 and the average is 10. Copper was 1 and the average is 3. Lead is 0, the average is 0. Tin is 0 and the average is 0. And I will have a screenshot of this at the end of the video if you don't want to listen to me go through all of these, which I don't blame you. I don't want to hear myself say it too. But somebody's going to want to hear to see, if they think they should do it on their 144,000 mile vehicle that's 6 years old. Molybdenum, I don't know, was 73 and the average is 160. So that's less than half, more than less than half. Nickel is 0 and the average is 0. Manganese, sounds like a dog, is 0 and the average is 0. Silver is 0 and the average was 0. Titanium was 7 and the average is 5. Potassium is 1 and the average is 3. Boron was 56 and the average is 85. Silicon was 16 and the average is 12. Sodium is 5 and the average is 22. Calcium is 968 and the average is 1553. Magnesium 673 and the average is 407. Phosphorus 588 and the average is 663. Zinc is 676 and the average is 753. Barium is 0 and the average is 0. Barium is 0 and the average is 0. So on the properties, viscosity at 210 degrees Fahrenheit is 53.8 and the range for that was 46 to 59, so it's in range. The CST viscosity at 100 degrees Celsius was 8.42 and the values is between 6.0 and 10.2, so it's in range right there in the middle. The flash point in Fahrenheit was 440 degrees and the value should be more than 385, which is. The fuel percentage is less than 0.5% and the value should be less than 2%, so we're good on that. The antifreeze percentage is 0 and it should be 0, because if antifreeze is showing up in your oil, you have a problem. You have a head gasket problem or a crack in your block, and that's not good. The water percentage is 0 and the value is 0. Again, you don't want water in your oil. You don't want antifreeze in your oil. You really don't want too much of anything in your oil but oil. Insolubles is 0.1% and it should be less than 0.6%. TBN, I don't know what that means, but it'll be down at the bottom again. Was 3.4 and it should be more than 1.0. The TAN is blank. Maybe they don't test TAN for gas motors, synthetic. I don't know, it's not there. I don't know what that means either. If I figure it out, I'll put it at the bottom. And then the ISO code, which I guess is not applicable. So, all in all, they're saying that my Mazda 6 with 144,000 miles at the time of the 7,500 mile oil change is in pretty much tip-top shape. I mean, I'm happy because that means that this motor is still going strong. And I guess if I keep up what I'm doing and make sure it's serviced, I hope the car makes it to 350,000 miles. That's my goal on this car, on the original motor, is to go 350, 400,000 miles which at the rate I'm going right now, 150, 180, 150, 190, 150, 190, 230, 270. 270. In 3 years, I should be at 270,000 miles because I average about 40,000 miles a year. So, like I said, I have what, 8,000 more miles or so on this oil change, 8,000 miles, and 10,000 miles. I'll redo this test. I'll do the $30 plus the extra $10, so $40 total again. Get my oil report completed again, and then we will compare results and see if the car is still healthy. If this was a fluke, we'll see. So thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Y'all take care.